This reading, I think, is quite apt as in following on from yesterday's reading. We have this parable of the wedding feast, and God is the king, Jesus is the son. The king sends out his servants, who are the prophets, to invite the people of Israel to the feast, the wedding feast. And it's interesting, weddings run all the way through the scripture. Right at the beginning in Genesis with Adam and Eve, there's a wedding with Adam and Eve, and all through to the end, there's a wedding right at the end in the book of Revelation. There's the wedding feast of the Lamb. We're all invited to the wedding feast. And here, they're inviting the people of Israel to the wedding feast for the Son. And they reject the prophets, and they even kill them. And so the punishment is death and their city destroyed. And that's what happens in the year 70 to Jerusalem. The king sends them out, his servants out, to round up everybody who, whether good or bad alike, and these are the Gentiles. That includes us. We get invited to the wedding feast as well. And as with yesterday, we're not invited. Parables work so far, okay? They're good images, but they're not complete. They don't describe the whole story. And so while we are invited to the wedding, and that's what we are invited to the wedding, what actually happens is that in responding to the wedding, in responding to the invitation, we actually become servants. And so it becomes us who go out to bring and invite others to the wedding feast. That's part of our jobs. But we don't come to the wedding, and really, this is a fulfillment. What we experience here at Mass is part of that fulfillment. It's really completely fulfilled in heaven. But we're not here just to enjoy the wedding feast here amongst ourselves. It's nice to be here. It's nice to feast on the food that is given, an abundance of food that is given. Christ's body, blood, soul, and divinity, everything God has to offer is given here at this banquet. But we're not here just to feed ourselves. We're here to invite others to join into the banquet. It's not just for us, it's for others too. And to help us with that, there's that prophecy from Ezekiel, which is so beautiful, where the Lord promises to pour out his Spirit upon his people, to draw them back from all the nations. Oh, this is where I will need the text just to get the quote correct. I'm going to take you from among the nations. The nations are not just other countries, it's paganism, the pagan countries. And the Lord wants to take us from paganism to himself. And he wants to pour the clean water over us, to wash us and cleanse us. And that clean water is his Spirit. And to wash and cleanse us from our paganism, from our sin, to purify us. And he wants to take this heart of stone from us, this heart which is incapable of loving, and give us a heart of flesh, a heart that is capable of loving, a heart that is actually, it was about planting his law deep in our hearts. And the law that he plants in our hearts is the law of love. And folks, I'm incapable of loving. And he needs to take this heart of stone from me and to give me a heart of flesh. And he will only do that by his Spirit. And when he does that, when he pours his love into my heart, when he writes his law onto my heart, then I will have a deep desire to live that law, to live the law of love, to love as he loves. On my own, incapable. With him, everything is possible.